What's up, everyone? This is Evan with Crypto Cash Camp with the goal of this channel to get 1,000 of you to make 50 bucks a day, kind of like this video. It's really not that hard. Farming, staking, plug and play nodes, that's the topics we cover. And if that sounds like something you want to get into, well, hit the sub and the notifications bell because crypto changes so quick and it's really good to get it right when the video drops so it's fresh. All right, so let's jump into this. This is farming crypto for 50 bucks a day with lower risk. Yes, there's degen plays, there's ohm forks, tomb forks, and all these things that are paying out 50, 100,000 APY. That's not what we cover in this video because many people who do that do get burned. I've been burned doing that too. Not too bad, but it can get pretty bad. So if you want to know more about farming crypto 50 bucks a day, I'm building out an extensive course. And right now I'm looking for a couple people to maybe trial it out. And anyone who signs up with a link in the description just drops their email. You're going to be the first notified, getting a heavy discount. And just trying to make the best course possible for this with every scenario needed because it's a process. And I'm breaking down that process for you. Anyways, how do we do it? Let's just give this an overview and some ways that I'm doing this right now. So let's zoom out of here. So how much can you make? For this video's sake, let's just say 50 bucks a day. And I say one of the safest ways of doing it is farming stablecoins. Why is that? Because this is a bit of a bear market right now. So if you're holding Solana, you bought Solana at the peak 220 and it's now 90. You don't feel too good having a coin that's half of its value. So when you have stables, yes, inflation's eating into them, but I think it's much less than potential drops and highs of coins. So I don't only advocate farming stables, but we're going to give you this scenario. 47%. I'll show you the example of how to do this. There's multiple scenarios on where you can make 47% off stables, 50 bucks a day, 1,500 a month, 18,250 a year. That's a pretty, I don't know if good salary. That's a good supplement to a salary, depending on where you are. It's a great salary. But let's do the math on this really quick. So let's go, if we were to go 18,250, how much would you need to stake at 47%, 0.47, to actually make that? And that's about $39,000. And I know that seems like a lot, but that is going the safest way possible at a relatively high yield stable farm. So just know that you can pretty much supplement your income if you have that in stocks or any other way. It's always good to go, wow, if I were to put that same amount of money in stables or stablecoin farming or crypto farming, I could be making way better than the S&P 500 of 8 to 11% per year, and these next couple of years could be 5%. No, who knows? Anyways, what is it? What is this dang, farming, yield farming, staking, all this stuff? Well, essentially what you're doing is, let's compare this to an exchange, so like Coinbase or Binance, or even the exchanges like Webull for stocks. They all need, they'll have buyers and sellers. But when in crypto, you have these things called automated market makers, where there are not immediate buyers and sellers. There's actually people like us who are farmers who supply two coins. So for example, Phantom's a popular coin, and then a stable coin like USDC. So we supply both of those, and as a result, people can trade between the two, buy and sell, because there's always liquidity. If people want Phantom, they can sell and get, stables. But at the same time, there's a little bit of a fee between the two that gets cut out and paid to you. And farming happens when the actual farm incentivizes you to provide liquidity, and they're going to be giving you a lot more than just the amount of money made on each trade. And that's what we bank on, incentives. This is a big incentives game, and it's highly profitable. Remember, I'm going to give you an example. Two stables are very safe because there's this thing called impermanent loss that happens when one of the two, say you buy, USD and Solana when it takes off again, and Solana goes from 100 to 200. Well, you could have a little bit of impermanent loss. It may be about 5%. Let's just show you real quick. So here it is. So your Solana was at 100. Now it goes up to 200. and you actually lose 5% from impermanent loss, but you're still actually up quite a significant amount. So if providing a liquidity, and it's always interesting, you can do if you were holding or if you weren't. So let me show you again. So I wanted to make a little bit more of a complex calculator to make this a little bit more understandable. So let's do this now. Same situation. You have 1 Solana for 100. You have 100 USDC for 100. 200 invested. And then what happened? Token price changed. So this one went up 100. So now the price of Solana is 200. But you have less Solana. You don't have that full one anymore. Because what happens is when it can balance, there's not $100 of value of each. The USDC will sell off, or the Solana will sell off to buy USDC to keep the LP pair in balance. So in the end, it's going to give you a really interesting demographic. So if you were to invest in the LP pool, you would have only captured the value of $282 compared to if you just held it, it would be $300. Now let's flip that around. Let's pretend we lost some money there. I'm going to make that scenario right now. So now I also did this where the first coin, Solana for $100. And what happens if that goes down to $50 per Solana? Well, it looks like you're getting a lot more Solana tokens. So it's also good if you love what you're farming with, then your USD sells off and buys the token you're super bullish on. So even if it goes down and then you break your LP, meaning you're keeping that value now, you're getting more of what you want at a cheaper price. So that's never a bad deal. And just to give you the idea, it's also, if it goes down 50%, it's also negative 5%. If you held, it was 150. If you actually did the LP token while making a maybe 50, 100%, you're only losing 5%, it's at 141. So these results seem very good to me. Remember, the big implications happen when something goes huge. Like if that goes down 90, or let's just say 85%. So this goes down to 15, that's negative 32. If it goes down to 10, it's negative 42. So that's when it gets really bad. If it goes down a tremendous 80, 90% in value. Also, if it goes up 4x, 400, you lose 20%. If it goes up 6x, you lose 30%. So it's really not that bad when you're pairing it with a stable. So people need to understand impermanent loss before they get scared off. And that's what I'm trying to do for you. All right, so we got deep into impermanent loss. You create an LP token, and sometimes you get extra farming rewards. Okay, so let's just jump into what this looks like. SPI, Spirit Swap. So this is a DeFi exchange, a DEX on Phantom network. Phantom's pumping right now, so everyone's here, and I love the network myself. So we're going to go over to Farms, connect our MetaMask, switch to this network, and let's go explore. We click on Farms. We see that this is quite a reputable one. You can always check DeFi Llama. If you go to DeFi Llama, go down to Chains, go to Phantom. You can see all the top projects here. And you're going to see Spirit Swap is somewhere up on the top. SPIR. Yeah, number 12. So you're dealing with something with a reputation. That's a ton of lock value. I mean, anything over 100 is huge. So let's go down to Farms. And as we were just talking about, we love Phantom, say for example. And we know that we can get 87% on Phantom USDC. Just one second. So one of the things I love is I would love to farm Phantom. And yes, you're getting paid in these different exchanges or swaps, not in Phantom, not in USDC, but usually in the native token called Spirit Swap or whatever coin they would have. So I like to go down from the top and look what Phantom is paired with that gives me the highest ROI or the highest APR that's also with the stable coin. And I know all the stable coins, so you may not, but Mai is a stable coin. So you would be trusting Mai, and I don't entirely get why there is a huge variance between these two APRs. MIM is also a stable coin, so you could be making up to 120% if you just love Phantom, have a little bit of cash sticking around. Might as well just throw it in here and be making 120%. There's places to make about 200% on Phantom paired with stable coins, and I always like the rock solid, big coin, like a layer 1 coin paired with USDC. And when we're doing these things, I also want to say that what you do is it's pretty simple. I'll just quickly go into it. You're going to go to the swap area. first you have to get the LP token, which you do really quick by going to home. We're going to go to swap really quick, exchange. And on the top of exchange, it's going to say liquidity. And then this is where you provide liquidity. And we'll do equal pairs here, Phantom, and let's just say USDC. So if you have a little bit of each, you add 50% of whatever my Phantom is, and then I would have that same amount in USDC. Remember, you need to be equal amounts of both. You would get that LP token, and then you would go back to the Phantom USDC pool and deposit that LP token. Super easy. It's really not that hard. So we go USDC, Phantom USDC pool right here, 87%. So I just approve and throw it in there. So that is how you do it. So you do it with coins that you have high conviction for, or you do it with just stablecoins. So I'm going to give you another example of a killer stablecoin farm. So here's the example of another stablecoin farm I've been hunting around for. If you don't believe that you can be making 46%, you do have to read a lot of these papers, because this yellow token you receive it doesn't immediately pay out. It locks up for a little bit and then it pays out down the line. But 39% for USDT is quite amazing. And you can go even here to Frax and USDC for 50. So there are opportunities out there. You just got to hunt for them. So if you do want to make a solid passive income with crypto farming, staking, passive income opportunities, there is a lot of farming opportunities. And if farming is something you're interested in, check the link in the description. I have a bunch of videos on farming, so check the farming playlist. And I will talk to you soon in the next video. Please put a comment on any other questions or videos you would like made. I'll gladly consider what you guys want for making the next few videos. All right, talk to you soon.